Good day. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School. And I wanted to say welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is where we talk about financial issues from a black perspective. And the channel is sponsored by the Black Business School. So let's get it cracking. Let's talk about what we've got to discuss today. I'm going to discuss it very quickly. This is going to be a very short video. It turns out that Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, she didn't totally forget to write a will. One of the things that you've heard me discuss before, hey Andrew, how are you? You've heard me discuss this before, that Aretha Franklin died without a will. You also know that Prince died without a will, and Prince's estate has been milked of about $73 million. And Aretha allegedly appeared to have made that same mistake. But what's recently been revealed is that she actually had three wills, three handwritten wills, which actually it clarifies some things, but it also leaves some complications. And these are complications that I think really you hate to see this with a 76-year-old woman. I think she was in her about 76, 77 when she passed. But a handwritten will is better than no will at all. So let me read this to you. Hit the thumbs up button in case you haven't done that. Please hit the thumbs up button. So it says here on CNN that the family of Aretha Franklin is headed to court over three wills purportedly handwritten by the late singer. The so-called holographic wills were discovered earlier this month by Sabrina Owens, the personal representative of the Franklin estate. Now, I don't know how they found it. I don't know what was going on with that. That's really interesting. They contained within them what the estate called potential areas of protest. So these are potential areas, I guess, where they might protest the current proceedings, or maybe they can be protested by other parties. A will can be contested. The more clarity you provide when you die, the less chance for confusion. Whenever there's a protest, whenever there's a fight, just remember this: when people fight, people lose money. Families lose money when there's fighting. So you want to minimize that by being clear on your will. Attorneys for Franklin's four sons were unable to resolve the issue and are therefore headed to court to determine if the wills are admissible to probate. Probate is the process that they go through when when you die. You go through probate, but if you die without a will, then the probate process is pretty horrible. But you can actually have some of your assets just totally skip that whole probate process by with life insurance policies as well as trusts, things like that. So a lot of people who work hard to go around the probate process. So it says CNN has reviewed the documents. The will dated June 2010 makes reference to Franklin's high blood pressure and a mass on her pancreas. The singer died August 16, 2018 from pancreatic cancer. As this new development is also a family matter, Owens remains neutral and wishes that all parties involved make wise choices on behalf of their mother, her rich legacy, the family, and the Aretha Franklin estate. A statement from the estate read, according to the court docket, a hearing is expected Thursday at 10 a.m. in Oakland County, Michigan. So it looks like Aretha did not die without a will, which is good. I think that obviously it's gonna be contested. From what I understand, the children, the sons of Aretha, are really going at this pretty hard. They're disputing, with the way some of the property is going to be handled and things like that. Now, you guys know on the Black Financial Channel, we're not really necessarily here to pick through somebody's personal business. So we're here to look for teachable moments, things that we can apply to our own families. Because you're probably here because you are a wealth builder. You're here because you want your family to have a solid legacy, and you're here because you're going to be remembered by your children and grandchildren over the next 150, 200 years. So what can you learn from this? Well, I think one thing you can learn for sure is that obviously you don't want to die without a will. So if you don't have a will, you could die tomorrow. So go get a will done quickly. Number two, handwritten wills are better than nothing at all. But the problem now, I think, is that there are issues in terms of, like what's admissible, what's not. Even Aretha's lawyer said that he wasn't sure if the will would be admissible in court or not. And I was kind of surprised because I actually looked it up and found that handwritten wills are admissible in court. Oral wills are not. Like, you can't just tell, at least in the state of Michigan, you can't just tell somebody, like, I'm gonna leave this to you. And even if you have witnesses, that doesn't apply. But even something that's written down by hand, aka a holographic will, is fine. Now, which is better, a will or a trust? I think trusts are trust and wills can kind of work together. So it's not like a matter of saying one is better than the other. It's like saying which is better, the chicken or the mashed potatoes. Well, in a really well balanced meal, you might have both, right? So a trust just kind of helps you to structure your assets in a certain way to protect those assets, to make sure the beneficiary receives those assets in a certain way over a certain time with certain rules. A will is, I'd say a will can be a little bit more complicated. I think it's a little bit more tough, or a little bit more difficult to challenge a will, excuse me, a trust and a will. But I think that they're both good vehicles, and I think they're both worth looking into. We have a lot of stuff in the Black Business School and that kind of stuff. If you want to learn from us, or you can learn from somebody else. But I think wills and trusts and insurance policies are extremely important when it comes to putting your money in the place you want it to be. It's a financial plan for your niece, a trust. Yeah, we're building a trust for my niece. We're also creating custodial accounts, stuff like that. We're not going to tell her anything about any of her money. So if you ever meet her, do not tell her that we've been talking about how much money we're going to put aside for her, because we don't want her to know about it until she's 28 years old. So when she's 28, for her 28th birthday, we're going to be like, bam! We've been thinking about you, girl. We've been thinking about you since the beginning. We got you, girl. We got your back. We got your back. You ain't just out here by yourself. So just make sure that your kids are not out there by themselves. Like, you can put something in place, start investing for them. The kids in this house, when the birthdays come up, we talk about shares of stock. Little Taylor, she can't hear me. She's down here playing. But you're learning your financial. Are you learning your financial flashcards, Tay?
I'm on my iPad.
Huh?
I'm on my iPad right now. So.
I know. I was just messing with you. Because we do the financial flashcards. I was telling them about your financial flashcards. She's on her iPad watching a Disney show, so she ain't got no attention span for me right now. But anyway, moving on. What I'm seeing here on the Griot wrote a great article about it, and basically they said that Aretha Franklin, that she has a big estate that's on sale right now as a result of the will proceedings. The three handwritten wills, I think two of them were dated in 2010. One was dated in 2014. One was actually found under cushions in her house. In terms of the law, a handwritten will can work as long as the person is over 18 and of sound mind. Also, it has to be signed by two competent persons. So if it's not signed, that's going to be an issue, right? So the question would be, which of these wills are signed? But it is valid if dated. And the testator, who is the person who is actually the center of the will, which would be Aretha, if their signature appears at the end of the will and material provisions are in the testator's handwriting, it does not need witnesses. So one other thing is that the handwriting, they do pay attention to whose handwriting it is, because anybody could just write up something and say, oh, this is so-and-so's will, because dead people don't talk, right? So moving on, I'm looking here to see if there's any details in the story that we haven't really covered here. It looks like her two sons are objecting to the wills. Sabrina Owens, who's an administrator at the university. Oh, geez, this stupid thing. Let me turn this off. I hate when you go to websites and they start talking. It drives me crazy. Let's see. In a separate court filing, her son, K-Calf? I can't pronounce it. K-Calf Franklin said Aretha Franklin wanted him to serve as representative of the estate in the 2014 will. He's objecting to plans to sell a piece of land next to his mother's Oakland County home. Taylor. Tay. He's objecting to the sale of a piece of land next to his mother's Oakland County home for $325,000. Judge Jennifer Callahan in April approved the hiring of experts to appraise Franklin's assets and personal belongings, including memorabilia, concert gowns, and household goods. So there are experts that are looking at everything that Aretha owned, everything that she had, because these are collector's items. You could say, I had a pair of sneakers that were owned by Aretha, and they're not going to cost the same as a regular pair of shoes, right? It filed a claim in December for more than $6 million in taxes. So the IRS is auditing many years of Franklin's tax record. So Aretha's going to have about $6 million in taxes that she's going to have to pay, because the IRS will come get you in the grave. They like Oprah. The way Oprah went and got Michael Jackson after he died, the IRS is like the economic Oprah. They will come get your ass years after you've died. So it looks like I got a little visitor behind me, a little black millionaire tomorrow. Taylor, you got something to say? You want to say hi? Okay, so all right. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I just thank you for hanging out with me at the Black Financial Channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Black Financial Channel, where we do financial updates all day long, make sure you subscribe at theblackfinancialchannel.com. THE theblackfinancialchannel.com. That's where we talk about all different kinds of financial topics, what's going on in the market, stuff like that. I just got off a plane from Philadelphia. We did our investment summit there, and I haven't had a chance to go into the market. Yesterday, the market plummeted big time. Today, it shot back up again. The market kind of does this, so it's going kind of crazy. So what I'll do is pretty soon I'll give you guys an analysis on that. So make sure you subscribe, hit the share button, subscribe button, all that stuff. And also, my masterclass, my financial investing masterclass, the second week is tomorrow, and you can watch the recordings of the first week. So if you'd like to join the masterclass and want to learn how to become an investor, I'm very good at teaching that on every level. Feel free to go to drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.